everyone. These tourists were lucky that the lava did not reach their ship. Once it hits the water, it cools down instantly, turning into pumice stone, which is highly valued in cosmetology. It is unlikely that this guy expected anything like this when he was simply ringing the doorbell at his mother's house.
Oh, you got your umbrella?
No, this is not smoke from a fire. This is a powerful sandstorm that at one time covered one of the Mexican states. It looks beautiful and frightening at the same time, do you agree? At the airport in Mexico City, eyewitnesses filmed an amazing natural phenomenon. It may look like a hurricane or an approaching tornado. In reality, it is rain that is slowly but surely moving toward the departing airplane. Contrary to popular belief, Thailand is far from having the status of a paradise place when it comes to natural disasters. Landslides like this often occur there with usually no warning signs. As long as air feeds the fire, it will not go out. In Turkey, there is an entire field that burns all year round. The reason is the gas that comes to the surface and ignites under the hot rays of the sun. Amazing footage from Lake Michigan in the United States. How nature could create something like this is unknown, but that does not make this weather phenomenon any less beautiful. A fisherman's dream when the fish come to him by themselves. In fact, this is a very strange natural phenomenon in which hundreds of thousands of carp decided to swim in one direction. Scientists are trying to explain such behavior by seasonal migration, which I categorically disagree with. What do you think? Is this artificial intelligence or reality? Write in the comments. Earthquakes in China are very rare, especially of such strength. In the year 2008, underground tremors with a magnitude of 8 points were recorded across the whole country. It is good that they build buildings there that are designed for such whims of nature. What is happening in this video? Write your versions in the comments. It will be very interesting to read. Residents in Taiwan saw a real underground volcano. From beneath the ground, a huge column of flame shoots up to 10 meters high, and it is definitely better not to approach it. The power of life is a terrifying power. Just look at what this insect is doing. Despite a terrible injury, it continues to live in order to return to the nest to its children. Have you ever seen anything like this? A very strange natural phenomenon that vaguely resembles a solar eclipse. The most beautiful lightning happened in the Netherlands. Because of high humidity, it split into several smaller ones, illuminating the sky with a bright blue glow. Inside, the most powerful storm. Last year, an airplane of the American Weather Service flew right through the heart of Hurricane Melissa, raging over the Caribbean Sea. I wonder what the pilot felt being completely surrounded by clouds. This incredible underwater creature is called a comb jelly. It is a true master of the ocean when it comes to camouflage and bioluminescence. A stick floating in the air? Amazing? Not really. Not if you live in Australia, surrounded by hundreds of web-spinning spiders. This is why it is important to go outside during an earthquake. Because of the deformation of buildings, tiles crack and break off, and they can cause serious harm to anyone. Quicksand slowly but inevitably swallows stones, a mesmerizing reminder of the power of nature. Did you know that there is underground water in the desert and that it boils from the heat? After bad weather, such clouds in Iceland are not uncommon. They form when strong wind mixes them together in the air, like a blender. I would not want to encounter such a python on my way during a vacation. A strange red cloud was seen over South Africa. Beautiful and frightening at the same time, do you agree? Birds are gathering to fly south, but in Texas, their movement terrifies the local residents. This is how a tornado forms. It is especially scary when it happens right before your eyes. There was an entire colony of rats living under the tarpaulin, and when the light hit them, they rushed out like an unstoppable wave. Here, perhaps, there is nothing to add in the form of comments. A hurricane gathered spiders, and then they fell to the ground together with the rain. The result is such a beautiful picture that it gives you goosebumps. The cuttlefish is one of the most mysterious creatures on our planet, able to change its appearance in just a couple of seconds. Every year on Christmas Island, millions of red crabs march from the forest to the ocean to lay their eggs. This is one of the greatest migrations in nature. And what is happening in this video? Does anyone understand? Write about it in the comments. It will be interesting to read. Despite the danger to their lives, these guys did not abandon their work. This is what real professionals look like. Footage like this is not rare for Japan, yet they still cause a storm of discussion in the comments. A married couple was in the car when they were overtaken by a strong earthquake with a magnitude of more than 7 points. This glowing stone is called a Uperlite. It is found along the shores of Lake Superior in the United States. Finding one is a real miracle, because such a stone costs around $4,000. There are millions of them. These are not insects, but tiny crabs that have just recently been born. Their caring mother is watching their first steps in life, ready to quickly come to their aid in case of danger. Only in Iceland can you see such a surreal phenomenon. Molten lava glowing under the bright green and purple lights of the Northern Lights. For almost a whole hour, the ground in one of the villages in eastern India shook and erupted boiling mud and water, throwing the local residents into absolute horror. Every spring, tons of ice are simply thrown onto the shore. This happens when moving water breaks the ice blocks and pushes them toward land. The Northern Lights are beautiful in any form, do you agree? Is this a meteorite? No, it is just fragments of a space satellite that beautifully burned up in the atmosphere over Moscow. After heavy rains, a landslide occurred on a mountain road. Flows of earth and debris dangerously rushed down the slope. Never stand close to the shore during a storm. It is foolish and, first of all, unsafe. Monkey mayhem in Thailand. Two groups of tailed troublemakers fiercely fought at a busy intersection, completely blocking traffic. All this happened because of food shortages after several months without tourists. Fire ants are known for their teamwork. Here they are forming a living bridge out of their own bodies in order to cross a river. Mountains are monumental. However, even in the strongest rock, there are cracks that lead to consequences like this. A very strong earthquake occurred in Brazil. It destroyed several shopping centers, causing colossal damage to local entrepreneurs. How lucky this guy is. Now he is a millionaire. A powerful tornado hit the city of Batam in Indonesia, lifting debris high into the air and causing chaos throughout the city. The basket star is a strange marine creature with branched tentacles. When it is threatened, it curls up into a tight ball, giving no one the chance to attack it. It feels as if these clouds were created by a human. Could that be possible? What do you think? No, this is not Photoshop, but the blooming of a rare species of algae that turns the water red. Only in New Zealand, in one of the caves, does there live at the same time a colony of 1 million glowworms. They are the ones who create this unusual, one could even say cosmic, glow. The crystal clear waters of Moraine Lake make kayaking here one of the most breathtaking experiences. This place is in Canada and attracts lovers of this sport every year. This beautiful moment captures people feeding hundreds of sacred fish in the Tunga River, a tradition deeply rooted in Indian culture. Is this a volcanic eruption? No. It is just a thunderstorm front, rapidly approaching a crowd of onlookers. An amazing shot came to us from Canada. Here, in a gorge, the sun illuminates only the summit of the mountain while everything else remains in shadow. An incredible sight. You climb into the mountains and, looking back, you see a gigantic shadow looming behind you. Do not be afraid. This is a rare optical phenomenon called the Brocken specter. It occurs when your shadow is projected onto a cloud or fog opposite the sun, and the multicolored halo around it appears because sunlight is refracted in tiny droplets of water in the fog. This landslide in China caused huge amounts of debris and trees to slide down from the mountain. The dust cloud was so thick that it covered everything around. This impressive cloud formation in Texas is called a roll cloud. It forms along the leading edge of a cold front when warm air rises above the cooler, sinking air. Just look at how much spiderweb there is. Have you ever seen anything like this? An airplane in the sky is an amazing sight, especially if it is flying at a very high altitude where the air temperature can reach about 60 degrees. Because of the hot engines, this kind of trail forms, which we can see even from the ground. A storm is approaching. From afar, it looks quite harmless, yet it is already preparing to unleash all its power on one of the Chinese cities in a few hours. We have all seen a rainbow, but a rainbow hiding inside a cloud? That is something new. An orca rammed the boat several times, and the crew had to leave at full speed to avoid new impacts. Fortunately, they managed to escape safely.
Go! Go!
A drone is an excellent tool for filming animals in the wild. Basically, see for yourself. In such weather, it is better to wait things out indoors. That is what the visitors of a popular Austrian resort did as they watched a real waterfall of mud and stones. Do not be afraid. This is not environmental pollution. The diver is using a harmless fluorescent dye to show how sea sponges filter water. Fishermen accidentally ended up in waters teeming with sharks during a hunt. They definitely did not want to find themselves overboard at that moment. This is what an oil spill can lead to. A horrifying sight. In Chile, there is a burning lake. The water there has been aflame for several hundred years because of gas that seeps to the surface. Many treasures are hidden in the desert. For example, oil that tourists discovered just like this among the golden sands. There is enough fish for everyone. This is roughly what the hunt of seagulls off the coast of Norway looks like. Hundreds of birds rush down in the hope of grabbing a cherished piece of food. This whale is enormous. It was washed ashore, and although it is an incredible sight, people nearby should be careful. Rain from a single cloud. A fantasy? No, a reality that occurs extremely rarely. These guys are truly lucky because not everyone gets to take a heavenly shower right out in the street. This is what happens to an animal if it is not cared for properly. It is an incredible stroke of luck to see king penguins in their natural habitat. In this video, there are hundreds, if not thousands of them. The main thing is not to scare them. They are very afraid of loud noises. When ultraviolet light hits this stone, a strange warm glow emanates from it. It looks very unusual, do you agree? What do you know about risk?
Oh, whoa, okay.
I do not know what caused this, but seeing the sky covered with birds like this is both beautiful and a little scary at the same time. I would love to know the secret that this diver knows. How else can one explain his typical dive? Have you ever seen so many rays in one place? And yet this happens every year during migration season. This process is hidden from human eyes because in some regions of Asia, ray meat is considered a very valuable delicacy. These birds do not need wooden houses and trees. They build their nests directly in cliffs made of sandy limestone. It is fast, high quality, and safe. Enchanting beauty. Waterfalls are beautiful and dangerous at the same time because one careless movement can easily lead to tragedy. Only the bravest dare to pass here. Hundreds of sharp icicles hang overhead, glittering like crystal spears, ready to fall. Nothing unusual, just the aftermath of New Year's fireworks in Bahrain. Heavy rain in India triggered a powerful landslide that brought down several apartment buildings like dominoes. A road through mountain passes during bad weather can be very dangerous. I would not have wanted to be anywhere near this at that moment. This world never stops surprising us. Thousands of starlings are dancing above the water's surface. Or maybe they are frightened and this is a mass escape? What do you think? In such moments, people usually think about how to drive away as fast as possible. However, for this married couple, filming a spectacular video with a tornado in the background was the first priority. This girl will no longer film videos with pets in the background.
It's trying to headbutt me, bro.
Which story seemed the most thrilling to you, or perhaps became your favorite? Tell us about it in the comments. Put likes, subscribe to the channel, and watch the previous incredible episodes on the Top Facts channel.